Protein misconceptions video 2. So there's more repercussions to not supplying your body with adequate protein daily. If you have any lean muscle tissue developed on your body from being lightly active or rather active, then you will need to consume protein daily to maintain the muscle tissue on your body. Your muscle tissue is part of your basal metabolic rate, and therefore if you do not support that via adequate protein consumption daily, then you're actually worsening and being a detriment to your basal metabolic rate, which basically means you'll become less efficient at using calories at rest, because muscle tissue on your body requires daily calories. That's why people in comas can still lose weight, because their body requires a daily amount of calories to maintain itself as it is. Otherwise we'd deteriorate. And also take into account that hormones do function off of the calories that we provide in our bodies as well. I'll provide a link where you can understand how much protein your body requires each day. Now, if you want lean muscle tissue growth, body shape improvement, fat loss, protein is very essential for complementing that process. When I say that protein is the least calorific macronutrient, I'm going to make clear what I mean by this. If you have 100 grams of protein, chicken breast, it's a solid protein source. There's no ratio of carb or fat. It's basically all protein. Then you've got 100 grams of cereal, carbohydrate, and then 100 grams of fat, say butter for example. Upon digestion, your protein will always have been the least amount of calories you'll have ingested compared to the cereal, but especially the fat, because for every gram of fat that you eat, 9 calories are absorbed into your body. So essentially, if you can just increase the ratio of protein that you have in your current staple foods and diet in the controlled calorie intake, then you'll really be complementing fat loss, because it will be much harder to consume more calories when you do have protein within your calorie limit. It's just about the ratio of protein, carbohydrates and fats within the daily calorie intake that you're consuming. Protein, carbs and fats are optimal to be incorporated into our controlled calorie intake. Prioritise protein. Carbohydrates are our main source of fuel in the body, and fats really help our hormonal regulations amongst a lot of other processes in our body. So you don't need to neglect any of them. Any other diets are just other ways of controlling your calorie intake anyway, whether you're reducing your carbs, for example. So the final point on protein is it will certainly not store direct belly fat or go to any of these areas you've been concerned about in fat gain or weight gain, because it's governed by total calorie intake. So the other thing is that if you're not very active and you've not got much lean muscle tissue, or you don't aspire to be active and develop muscle tissue, protein's never going to be that essential for you. If you want to keep a handle on top of your weight and fat gain, obviously control calories. If you're looking to improve activity levels, even if you just walk, put your hand on your hamstring and quad when you walk, you are contracting those muscles, and protein will only be a complement to managing and maintaining your muscle tissue, which will help your basal metabolic rate. A big part of fat loss, like I say, 70% of your daily energy is used up in your basal metabolic rate. And yeah, that's basically it on protein. Don't get misled, and it's rather a compliment if you know how to just increase protein, stay within your controlled calorie limit. Fat gain will never occur that way. It'll only be a compliment to add protein in to your diet and lifestyle if you're being active.